Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today it's Creators Corner with Stan Solo. He was on a couple episodes with me. He was on with me. We did a Hallmark one around Christmas time. That was a lot of fun. How you doing, Stan?
I am amazing, but you already knew that. I'm all ready for popping up popcorn. I got my popcorn over here, ready to go. I got my water.
There you go.
And my coffee. It's we're behind the scenes here. We're recording early this morning, so I'm having popcorn for breakfast.
Was that from last night when you saw the movie?
Yeah, I went to Doctor Strange yesterday, and they have free refills if you buy a large popcorn. So I always get a large before I go in, and then I get a large when I come out to bring home. So
nice. Yeah.
So I always bring home a large popcorn after I go to the theater.
Popcorn's always good at the movie theater. I don't know why they can't make it when you put it in the microwave.
I love the taste of microwave popcorn. I just don't think it's good for you. Like I think it's probably so I don't ever get microwave popcorn.
It's not
really good for you. Yeah. So I never ever get microwave. I have a theater style popcorn maker in my basement. So I make my popcorn in there with the big kettle and the turner and lights and signs and
I'm coming to visit you and having some popcorn then.
But the funny thing is it's still not as good as the theater popcorn. I don't know what it is that they put in. I've used coconut oil, I've used vegetable oil, I used corn oil, I tried all sorts of different types of salts, and it's still not the same as the movie theater popcorn.
They actually, because I used to work at a movie theater, they actually use peanut oil.
Okay, I'll try peanut oil next time.
They use peanut oil or coconut oil, and then they use butter salt.
Okay, I'm using it's Flavor Coal or something like that. It's called. It looks like a milk carton. It's like a yellow salt.
It's yellow or orange salt that they use.
Yeah, kind of orangey yellow. Yeah.
So Stan has his own podcast. Well, two of them really. Grand Circle Tour and the Solo Show. So Stan, what made you start the Grand Circle Tour?
Well, Grand Circle Tour is kind of funny because I got a message one day. There was this guy. He wanted to put together a podcast, and he was looking for podcasters or people to podcast with him. So he put it on his Facebook page that he was looking for someone to podcast with him. And I said, "Hey, I was actually thinking of doing my own podcast. So I'll be happy to join." So he messaged me back. He said, "Yeah, sure." He said, we'll get you on the team." And he wanted like 12 people or something like that. He had kind of like a different idea.
Right.
And so he put together all these people and he started a group chat, and we were all kind of chatting amongst each other, and we kind of became friends through that group chat. And we're all excited. We're going to start this podcast. And it was like, okay, we're going to start this day. And then he had an excuse he couldn't start. And then we're going to start this day. And then he wasn't able to start. And then we're kind of like, well, let's just start without him. And once he's ready to join, he can join us. So we ended up starting. And so originally there was 8 of us, 4 guys and 4 girls. And we started the Grand Circle Tour podcast. And that was, how many years ago now? 4 years? Okay, I think.
I think so. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been over 4 years, I think. And over those years, some members have left, and we've gotten new members, and some have left, and they've come back. So right now there's 7 of us. There's four guys, and there's only 3 of the original 8 are still part of the group. But yeah, so we do a weekly podcast. It comes out once a week. Plus, we do special. We call them detour episodes. And the great thing about Grand Circle Tour podcast is everything is built around a kind of like travel, I guess, or we're taking you on a tour all the time. So you're our passengers. You're not a listener. You're a passenger on the tour. And we're tour guides. So I'm Captain Stan Solo. And we have all different kind of names. Like there's Commander Justin and Skipper Jay. And, so we're all kind of like different. We take Disney type names and add them to it. It's just kind of fun, sort of.
Right. Yeah, you guys are a lot of fun. I like listening to you guys. Yeah. And I've been on a couple episodes. I've been on a couple of the coffee episodes.
Yeah. And what's cool though is there's 7 of us. To have 7 people on a podcast at the same time is insanity. It just won't work. So what we do is we actually make a schedule. So we have 3 people on every week. And when you tune in as a passenger, you're not going to know which 3 you're going to get. I mean, you could read the show notes, I guess, but if you just hit play,
I never do. I just had to say, oh, click surprise. Who's on there this week?
Yeah. Who's on this week? So yeah, it might be the 3 ladies, or it might be 3 of the guys, or it'd be a mixture or whatever. And I make a schedule, and we so we know like a few weeks ahead who's on, and we plan topics, and so each one of us takes turns kind of hosting the show and coming up with the topic and all that. So every basically 7 weeks you are hosting and you have to come up with a topic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun if you guys haven't checked them out. They also do every week, they also do a live stream, which is really fun. On YouTube,
the live streams are great. Yeah. Monday nights on Grand Circle Tour and YouTube and Facebook. We do a live show. And again, we have and that we kind of do differently. So we have an East Coast crew and a West Coast crew. So we have 3 people that are in the Eastern time zone that are every other Monday. And then we have the people that, well, 2 of us are Central and 1 of us are in California, that we do the West Coast crew. So we rotate weeks. So one week would be the East Coast, the next week would be the West Coast. Yeah. So we it's easier on us because you're not on every single week. You're not recording every single week. It gives us a break, so it's always, and by the time it's for us to host, we're chomping at the bit. Like, we want to get our topic there, and I think it makes for a better show that way, because I agree with you. We're always like dying to record already when it's our turn. So.
Right, but it's always a lot of fun though, because you never know what you're gonna get with both shows, like the podcast version or the live show. You never know what topic's gonna come up or what they're gonna talk about. But it's always fun to be in the comments and know everybody. I've known you guys for maybe 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah,
something like that. And it's always fun. And then Stan also has a show called The Solo Show. And that's a really cool one as well. I've been on.
Only I had a logo to share with you of the Solo Show. I could show you the logo, but I don't seem to have one around. I can.
It's on your hat.
Oh yeah, it's on my hat. It's on my shirt. Oh yeah, okay, that will work. Yeah, the Solo Show kind of came from whenever it was my turn to host Grand Circle Tour. I always like to have guests on, which is great because usually I'll get people that I know, like I'll have Katie come on or something like that. But the other 2 co-hosts that are on with me may not know Katie as well as I do. So it was awkward for them. It was kind of like they didn't know who you were or what to ask or anything. And it was always awkward. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to do my own podcast where I can have guests on top of Grand Circle Tour. And then I could have, and I started doing Solo Show every other week, but it's kind of becoming a weekly thing now. But and the other thing too, if the Solo Show is you could be the co-host. Like, if you just contact me or message me, I'm always looking for people to co-host with me. It's always myself and a guest or 2 guests. So it's like, yes, I'm always looking for people. So it's basically, you could be a co-host for a day is what it comes down to. If you want to come on and talk about your travel agency or your trip report. Trip reports are fun. It's a solo show. What we do is they do a pre and post trip report. So Katie's planning a trip to Walt Disney World. I'll talk to her like a week or 2 before she's going. Where she's staying, how she's going, what she's most excited for, what attractions, where she's going to eat, basically what her plans are. We talk about what your plans are. Then we take a commercial break and you go for your trip. And when you come back from your trip, we do part 2 and we put it all as one show. So after Katie comes back, I'll say, you were planning to go eat at such and such a restaurant. How was that? And you go, oh, I didn't make it there. Or it was horrible, or it was wonderful. And it's great because you actually get good responses that way. Because if it was a horrible meal, you're like, yeah, it didn't live up to expectations, kind of,
Right.
So
yeah,
I think it's
a lot of fun too, as well. Yeah. I was on that episode named That Tune, and I did really bad.
Yeah, we were doing some game shows for a while, and plus Ken on the Solo Show does my intros and all that. People don't listen for me; they listen for Ken because Ken has
Ken's
that.
awesome. If you
Yeah,
guys need an intro or outro or a commercial thing, Ken is awesome. I'll link
yeah,
his stuff below as well. He's really cool.
yeah. Like Ken's old school radio guy, so he has that radio voice, and he has that amazing personality too. And he'll do anything. Like you ask him to record something, he'll record it for you. And what's great about Ken is like we do this thing called dumb ads. So
Mhm.
when we do a trip report, we take an ad. Well, the ad break isn't a real ad. It's like we call it a dumb ad, and
Right.
it's a made up product. It might be edible mouse ears or Finding Nemo fish sticks or whatever. And I'll say, Ken, I got an idea for. I never say I have an idea. I always have a great idea. Ken, I have a great idea for an ad. And so I'll give it to him just the idea, and then he'll 3 hours later send me the finished product. How's this sound? Perfect. We got it.
Right. Yeah, you guys seem like you have so much fun over there as well. Both podcasts. You guys have a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know. And Stan's also a really big Muppet fan as well.
Yeah, well, Muppets, Disney. It's funny because it was like my childhood growing up was like Star Wars, Muppets, Marvel were my favorite things
Mhm.
growing up, and also Disney as well. And it's just like Disney. It was almost like as if Disney went, well, what does Stan like? Stan likes Muppets. Let's buy the Muppets. And then like, well, Stan likes Marvel. Let's buy Marvel. You know,
Right.
I heard Stan was a big Star Wars fan. We should buy Star Wars for him. And that's what it feels like. Like Disney bought all these things for me because it's like all my favorite things is what Disney
Mhm.
owns now. It's all this one. I don't have to go to Universal at all because there's like nothing. Well, Simpsons, I guess, which Disney owns anyways.
Right. Have you ever been to Universal?
I've only been to Universal Studios Hollywood
Oh, okay.
in California, and we only did one day, and we did the VIP tour. Was
Oh,
the one day we went, and the only reason why I did the VIP tour, the reason why I wanted to go to Universal, I mean, my daughter wanted to go do the big rides, which
mhm.
I have zero interest in, but she wanted to do all the big rides. I wanted to do the behind the they have that tram tour
Mhm.
at Universal Hollywood. And but when you do the VIP tour, you actually get out of the tram and get to walk around the sets.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so you get to like there's that plane crash from the Tom Cruise movie with the
Mission
aliens.
Impossible?
No, with the
That one?
aliens coming to Earth. It was in Orson
World of the
Welles' War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yes, world. So there's that plane crash, the crashed plane. There's a scene in War of the Worlds where Tom Cruise comes out of his house, and there's basically a passenger jet smashed in his front yard.
Mhm.
So that passenger jet is still there. It's still smashed in the front yard. So
Mhm.
what's cool is when you do the regular tour, when you do the regular behind the scenes tour at Universal Studios, you just drive past it, and the guy stops for a bit, and you take some pictures, and you go. Now, when you do the VIP tour, they stop, you get out, and you actually get
Mhm.
to pick up pieces of this wreckage, and you get to actually look at the the plane. They take pictures of yourself in front of it and stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I
Fun
wish
fact is that jet is really old that they use
Right.
for that. In fact, in the armrest,
Mhm.
there's ashtrays in the armrest. That's how old
Oh,
that plane
wow.
is. It's back in the days when people used to smoke. So they got
Wow.
that plane for steel for low price.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would bring back the backlot tour at Hollywood Studios.
I love that. I love that tour so much.
Me
Uh,
too.
I also love Star Wars Land. So
Mhm. Do you
it's
like it in
kind of
California better, or do you like it in Disney
what's
World
that?
better? Star Wars Land.
Well, it's the same. It isn't much different. I mean, I guess Disney World is better because you got two entrances.
Oh, okay.
Because you can go in through Toy Story Land, or you can go in through Manhattan, New York, Muppet area. Uh,
Right.
whereas at Disneyland is only the one entrance. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't been to either one. I really want to go.
yeah, yeah. But other than that, they're basically the exact same. There's, I mean,
You haven't been on Smuggler's Run, have you? Or have
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Love that's like my favorite
yeah.
all time attraction. Yeah.
What about Rise of Resistance? Did you like that one?
Oh, sorry. Rise of Resistance is my all time favorite attraction. Smuggler's Run I've done plenty of times. Yeah.
And they
Rise
don't
of
make you
Resistance.
motion sickness because I know you get motion sickness on them.
Yeah, I do, but yeah, Smuggler's Run is fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
Flight of
that's good.
Passage is I could do Flight of Passage. It's to me, it's not worth the wait. Like if I
Mhm.
have a fast pass, I'll do it, and I can only do it once. I'm not gonna.
Right.
I can't go on it back to back. I don't think. And I close my eyes for 90% of it, so it's kind of
Speaking of
pointless.
Avatar, did you see the new trailer for the second movie?
I saw it yesterday in 3D.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
it looks amazing in 3D. But I thought James Cameron announced that it was going to be 3D without 3D glasses when he was planning. He said he was working on a new technology.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. The other thing too is I have like prescription 3D glasses that I wear to the theaters when I go, so I don't even
Mhm.
need I don't use the the theater's 3D glasses.
Right. The
They're
cheapy
not
ones?
well. They're like clip on. They like prescription clip onto my regular glasses, and they fit
Uh-huh.
perfectly on my regular. But yeah, I have 3D glasses that I keep in my car.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Now you have to take it to Disney. Maybe you could go on the 3D rides at Disney too.
yeah,
That's awesome. I didn't know that they could do that now. Put
yeah.
3D
I
glasses.
wonder if they would work in like Toy Story Midway Mania. It probably would be the same
Probably.
glasses.
Or the
Yeah,
Muppets 3D show.
yeah. Muppet 3D. Like Avatar is a different technology. I think the Avatar attraction, Flight of Passage, is a different. It seems like it's a different type of glasses.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, Bugs
Hot
Life would
take
probably
here.
be the
I
same.
actually do not like Avatar, but I like the land and stuff. But I actually don't like the movie.
No,
Mm-mm.
you like the first one?
I mean, like it was good, but it was a little long for me. Um, and some of the scenes were a little bit too slow for me. Like the movie was a little bit too slow, and then
Hmm.
leading up to the end of the movie, I mean, like it's okay, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
I mean, like it has beautiful cinematography because that's what James Cameron's known for is his beautiful cinematography. But the story just felt flat for me.
Well, I mean, like, let's face it, the only reason why it did so well was because the 3D was so amazing. And
Right,
everybody was saying, you got to check out this 3D. You got to go see it when it was in the theaters. Or like, and that's the only reason why it did so well in the theaters. I mean,
right,
like Jurassic Park is kind of in that same situation where it's like this breakthrough movie with these dinosaurs that look real. Nobody's ever seen that before.
right,
So everybody went to go see Jurassic Park because it was like you could see dinosaurs, you know.
right.
And
You
like
want to see the
yeah, and now it's commonplace.
right. So, what did you think of the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? What did you think of it?
Okay, so we're going to be recording tonight for solo show, so that should come out next Thursday. Uh, we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange Part 2. Is easier to say. Multiverse of
Right.
Madness.
Yeah.
uh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the show. I like the movie. I like the film. The first Doctor Strange movie I really liked a lot, which surprised me because I was like I said, I was a Marvel fan, but I was
Mhm.
not a Doctor Strange fan growing up.
Right.
I had very few Doctor Strange comic books. I wasn't a big fan of his at all. I never really understood his
Mhm.
comics really. And I love the first movie, and I like this one too. But I gotta say, this whole multiverse,
Mhm.
I'm not digging it.
Me neither. I had
Like,
mixed reviews on it.
yeah, like it gives them permission to do whatever they want now
Right.
because it's the multiverse. It doesn't matter. Like we
Mhm.
could bring Superman in and kill him if we want because it's the multiverse. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's DC, but it's the multiverse. It doesn't affect the real MCU. And they
Right.
and it's kind of like I don't know. Like I don't want to spoil it for people, but they bring in all these heroes and they kill all these heroes. And sorry, I guess I just spoiled it for everybody. But I didn't say what heroes. but but yeah, and it's kind of like we could kill Doctor Strange 20 times and it won't make a difference because the Doctor Strange who's from our Earth is still fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know.
And then it put in some what if features in there, and I just did not like that.
Oh, I love that part.
I didn't. I didn't care for it.
No, oh, see, I like that. I like that they get tied to WandaVision because that, like, What If and WandaVision are probably my two favorite Marvel Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, I loved WandaVision, and I thought What If was a really cool concept the episode that I'm talking about, I did not like as much. That's in
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange. I just didn't care for that episode, but overall, I did like What If. I liked it better than Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah. I did not dig Falcon Winter Soldier, which I was probably the most excited about. It was Falcon
Right.
and Winter Soldier. What about Moon Knight? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I liked Moon Knight. I thought it was interesting because I'm a huge what's his name? What's his real name?
Oscar Isaac?
Yeah, Oscar Isaac. I like his films. He's also Dan Ponin in the Star Wars series. And I really liked him as that character. And I think he played Moonlight pretty well. I don't know who the character Moonlight is until I saw the show. I've never heard of the character.
Oh, see, I have like the original comic books of Moon Knight, and they started off great. And after about 5 episodes, like issues, whatever, I went, well, this is getting stupid, and I stopped buying them.
Right.
And that's how I felt about the series. It started off great, and Oscar Isaac was amazing throughout the whole thing. He was the highlight of the entire series for sure, hands down. He played his role so well. But by the time it got to the end, it's like, oh, can this just be over already?
Right.
It was getting boring already for me.
Right.
You know, and I guess it's like when you start checking your Facebook in the middle of while you're watching it, well, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be watching this. It's like, right. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is boring.
That's how you know a movie or a show or something is boring, is when you start looking at your phone.
Yeah, exactly. When I start checking my feed on Facebook, and
what do you think of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Are you excited for that?
Oh, so excited! I can hardly wait for that. We actually did a Grand Circle Tour podcast, kind of a pre-review show of Obi-Wan. It was kind of a mashup, like we were saying. We said goodbye to Boba Fett and hello to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we were kind of talking about what we think will happen, what we want to see happen, or what characters we think might come in. And I'll ask you, do you think we'll get, like, so at the beginning of A New Hope, we're introduced to Obi-Wan Kenobi as Ben Kenobi.
Right.
So he changes his name somewhere along the line. Will we find out during the Kenobi series how Ben came to be, do you think?
I think so, because I wouldn't think they would do it like where they left off and like the before he dies or anything like that, when you're introduced to him. I think we'll find out like a little bit maybe about his childhood or as an adult and how he became a Jedi maybe in this show.
Who Kenobi?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think there's gonna be flashbacks then? Okay.
I think because otherwise, I mean, like, yeah, we know who he is, but we didn't know his backstory really.
No, you're right. Yeah, because when we're introduced to him, he's already, a superior Padawan training under Qui-Gon.
Right.
Yeah.
And we never got his backstory. Like, when Luke and the first movie, A New Hope, Luke is saying, "Oh, you mean crazy Ben?" He just knows him as Crazy Ben. He doesn't realize that he's a Jedi until like after the fact.
Yeah.
And everything, and he doesn't know, because he's supposed to be watching over Luke.
Right. Yeah. Like Uncle Owen says, you stay away from him. He's just a crazy old man.
Yeah.
So there is tension between Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ben Kenobi and Uncle Owen. We see that in the trailer where he says he has to be trained, and he goes, like you trained his son or his father. Like, he's kind of like,
right.
He's sort of like, do you think, this is a theory I have, that there goes the names. Not Uncle Owen. Do you think Uncle Owen is going to rat out Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi to one of the Inquisitors?
I think so, because why would he tell Luke, don't go near that man? He has some kind of thing. I think maybe he wanted to be a Jedi himself, so he has some kind of jealousy over Ben. So that's probably why he called him crazy.
Well, I think he wants to protect Luke. I don't think he really has jealousy over Kenobi, over Ben. Like, I don't think he wanted to be a Jedi or anything like that, but he wants to protect Luke from becoming another Vader. He doesn't want Luke to grow up to follow in his father's footsteps. So I got a feeling because there is a scene in the trailer where they have the wanted poster with Kenobi on the wanted poster. I got a
Hmm.
feeling that Uncle Owen is the one that rats out Ben.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking. Do you
Might
think we could see Boba Fett in this series?
we might be able to. I mean, like he could pop up somewhere there at some point because
Yeah.
he's been around as long as Ben has been around,
Hmm.
so he could pop up at some point.
And the reason why I asked that is in Empire Strikes Back, there's the scene where all the bounty hunters are lined up, and Vader
Hmm.
is kind of going over about capturing Han Solo, and he turns to Boba Fett in particular, and he says, "And no disintegrations."
Right.
I think or Boba Fett is going to disintegrate somebody,
Right.
and he's going to say to Vader, "I got him, but I disintegrated him,"
Right.
and
Yeah.
and it's going to turn out well he didn't get him; he got a different Jedi or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities they could go with it as well,
Hmm.
Like I heard Hayden Christensen's coming back for it as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's a lot of possibilities that they could go with it. Who knows? Even maybe Ahsoka could pop in there. Who knows?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ahsoka could for sure. How about a young Leia? And we're
That
going to
too,
see young Luke. They're twins.
Right. Yeah, she could pop in there as well
Hmm.
because they don't find out they're brother and sisters until after the fact, and Luke kind of had a crush on her at one point. I thought that was weird.
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know.
I know, but I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
But I also think like maybe you could see maybe Grogu in there maybe at some point, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, because Grogu would be the right age. Like he's in that time zone.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe the
Yeah.
Mandalorian might pop in there too at
How
some
about
point.
how about Qui-Gon Jinn? Would he be like
Yeah.
a Force ghost talking to Kenobi at some point?
Yeah, I think so. You know. Did
What's
you
interesting is Liam Neeson did an interview recently, and he said, "Oh, I don't do television." He says, "I'm kind of a movie snob. I prefer to only do movies." And it's like, yeah, right.
right?
He was just on a TV series not too long ago.
I think he was just being silly or being full of himself or
I
something.
think I think he was just kind of trying to be coy. He's like, "Well,
Right.
I'm not supposed to say I'm going to be on Kenobi, so I'm just going to, you know, throw you red herring and tell you, well, no, I don't do
Right.
TV."
Did you know that there's this fan theory that goes around, or well, George Lucas actually, it was in a fun fact because I'm gonna be doing a whole Star Wars series, a deep dive on my channel. And
Mhm.
there's this fun fact that I found. When you see Luke in the older movies, in black, he was turning to the dark side, and then George Lucas at the last minute changed it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When we like growing up when watching the original trilogy, I'm that old, folks. I know it doesn't look like it. the the promo photos that we saw for Return of the Jedi, the very first promo photo that was released that I saw anyways, and I believe it was like in Starlog magazine or something like that, was Luke Skywalker all dressed in black
Mhm.
in the Ewok village. That scene where
Mhm.
he's surrendering himself to the Empire,
Mhm.
and he's all dressed in black, and we're all like, "Oh my gosh, he's going to turn bad. He's wearing black." Like we were all like, "He's going to be
Right.
a Sith. He's following in." And the other thing too was at that time period, we didn't know for sure that Luke was Vader's son.
Right.
There was a huge like not fist fights, but arguments about is
Mhm.
was Vader lying or was Vader telling the truth?
Right.
Going back to like after 1980 when Empire Strikes Back came out, because we're like, well, Vader is lying, and other people are like, no, he's telling. And it was kind of like I was on the side that Vader was lying. I did not
Right.
believe it for a second that Vader was this. How could he be Luke's son? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I'm really bad with my theories, even going back to grade 3.
Right. I'll have to have you come back on the show and we'll have to talk about Star Wars and Star Wars theory sometime.
Yeah, I got all sorts of stupid theories that never pan out.
Right? Well, you know what I would think would be cool is that they did also a show on Dark Maul because he's a really cool character.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like Maul's awesome and all that, but I don't know if he'd be the top of my list for his own show. I'd rather see a Vader show,
Right.
which is I'm kind of hoping this becomes. How Book of Boba Fett partway through this series became a Mandalorian show.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that's what happens with Kenobi. I mean, it's only 6 episodes, so they don't got much time. But I'm
Right.
kind of hoping that we almost get like a full Vader episode where Vader is like just hunting and killing Jedi.
Right. That would be pretty
Just
cool.
like hopping from planet to planet and just.
Also, are you excited when Thrawn comes into the universe, the Star Wars universe? Are you excited?
Yeah, they were teased him an awful lot. Then they kind of never really. Is he supposed to be in the next Mandalorian?
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking he's going to be next. Like they tease him an awful lot. We haven't really seen a good Thrawn yet.
Yeah, I think he would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
I know you see him in Clone Wars, not Clone Wars, Rebels, is it? Rebels or Clone Wars, you see him a couple of times in.
Yeah. How about that Cad Bane in the Fett series though?
Oh yeah. That
was so well done.
Yeah, it was. I was actually surprised. I was like watching it and I was like, that's Bane. What is he doing here?
Yeah, I know. You see that silhouette, and the first time they show it, I'm like, well, who's this stranger? And then they get it the next time. Oh, that's Bane.
Right? You would have never thought he would be in there. Just like he was in the Bad Batch, and I didn't think he was going to be in the Bad Batch either.
Yeah, Bad Batch is working on that one too. Bad Batch season 2 should be.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
That. Yeah.
Have you read any of the Star Wars books? Have you ever read any of those?
I used to read them all. And I'm the type that if I can't keep up, I'm giving up.
Right.
that happens to me an awful lot with a lot of things, like especially like with comic books. If I can't keep up with reading them, I was like, I don't have time for this. I just stop. And that's how I was with the Star Wars novels. When they were first starting to come back, like there was that dark period where there was like no Star Wars at all. And then the Heir to the Empire came out, and the Timothy Zahn novels. So I bought those and I read those. And then there was and that kind of kicked it off. And there was all these novels coming out, and it was like once every 6 months there'd be a new novel, then once every 3 months there'd be a new novel, then once every 6 months there'd be or every month there'd be a new novel. And I finally I got to a point. I think they were coming out like once a week. It felt like. So I had a stack of these books, and I'm like, I'm never going to read these. I don't have time for. Who has time to read all them? So I just stopped buying them, and I have them all still in a big box, not even cracked open yet. So and I think the Phantom Menace novel was like the last one that I read.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like those episodes? Do you like the first?
The prequel. I like all Star Wars. Star Wars is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good. Except for I had Disneyland pizza or Disney World pizza. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know. Maybe Star Wars isn't like pizza after all. But I always say, Star Wars is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good.
Right. Well, I know some of Walt Disney World pizza is bad. It depends on where you go.
Yeah. I have yet to have good pizza anywhere in Florida.
Depends on where you go. But I heard the churros are better at Disneyland than Disney World.
Yeah, they are. But you know what though? Like the churros are great, but for me, it's just not worth it.
Right.
It's like what, $7 for a churro? Like. I usually get one every trip to Disneyland, just because it's a thing to do more so. But it's like I'm not buying 3 or 4 or 5 or 2 a day or it's they're overpriced. It's crazy that much money for it.
Do you have a favorite food in Disney World or Disneyland that you like to get?
Disney World, those fish and chips at Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, those are so good. You can't beat that anywhere.
Yeah, I get that every trip. I get a carrot cake cookie every single trip to Hollywood Studios. And I try to spread my horizons. I try to get something different every time. But those two, and I guess the citrus swirl, if they're available, I don't know. It seems to be hit or miss whether they're available. But yeah, the citrus swirl at Magic Kingdom, the carrot cake cookie at Hollywood Studios, and the fish and chips at Epcot are kind of like I have to get those every single trip.
Right.
But for the most part, I try to get as much new stuff I've never tried before every time I go.
Right.
I haven't gone in a long time. I haven't gone since January 2020.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Disneyland this month, at the end of this month, but that got canceled now.
Well, you're going soon,
Yeah,
so
August for Walt Disney World. With the Grand Circle Tour group, where actually there's a few of us going out. This will be our first time I ever get to meet Dan
oh, nice.
from the Grand Circle Tour and his family. And
That'll be
we're getting a house rental, and we're going to be spending one night in the house rental, all of us.
uh
So that's something I'm really looking forward to.
that'll be
And
nice.
we're working at organizing a meetup. Tentatively, it's going to be August 20th at Disney Springs. We're thinking Splitsville. It's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
what we're working on. We haven't announced anything yet, but there's a extra bonus for your listeners that Grand Circle Tour is looking at doing a meetup at Disney Springs in August. So
Right.
we haven't announced that anywhere yet. We're just in the planning stages, but
Yeah. Yeah. If I show Mary this video, she's gonna be like, "What?"
yeah. Mary's gonna want to come out in August.
She's already. She actually left this morning to go. I
She's
think.
gone this morning. I know. I wished her a magical trip this morning. I messaged her.
Right.
Her and Marla are both going.
Oh, nice. That will be fun. They'll meet up with each other.
They're
Hopefully.
staying together. They're staying at a DVC together.
Oh, nice. That will be
Yeah,
fun.
for 5 days. And Mary's solo trip too. She's leaving the husband and kids at home and
Nice.
daughter.
That will be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I'm excited for her. I should get her on and talk about her trip report.
Hmm.
Talk
I
about her
hope they
trip.
get. I don't know if they got tickets for or passes for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind or not. I don't know. I meant to
Are
ask
you
her that.
gonna go check that out, or are
No,
you gonna
no,
check it
no, I'm
out?
not doing that. No, I might do the like after it dies down, like in a couple years, whatever, when you can actually like, get on it
Mm-hmm.
without having to pay for. Like, there's no way I'm paying a lightning lane for that. Like, it's too intense for me.
Right.
But like, I would like to do the solo exit,
Mm-hmm.
or some people call it the chicken exit. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind doing that just to
Right.
kind of see what the queue is like.
My friends from Dis Life, they just came back from the preview yesterday, and they were on Dis Live, and they were talking about how it was. It's like an Omni mover,
Hmm.
but different from it. It's like an Omni mover at first, and then it like goes into like something else, and it's like a roller coaster, which is really interesting.
Yeah. So the Omni mover part I love, but the roller coaster part I don't.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that.
Are you gonna ride on Tron when it comes out too?
No, I'm not going. Are you kidding me? I'm not going on that. I'll do the chicken. I'll do the solo exit
You'll
on
go in there
Tron.
and watch it, and then be like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm done.
yeah. I know it's hard for me to get excited for these type of attractions that are coming out.
Hmm.
Like Remy and Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railroad are more exciting to me than Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy, which is kind of weird saying
Right.
because as a fan, I much prefer Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy than I do Remy's or Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railroad. But at least I can ride those.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, but Tron seems to be cool. And it fits really good in Tomorrowland, I think. It's a good
Yeah,
move for them in
yeah.
Tomorrowland. But some of that stuff they need to take out of Tomorrowland.
Well, they got to do something there. I don't know. I don't know what. Did you see that concept art for the Tokyo um,
Yes.
Space Mountain?
Yes.
Yeah, that would look perfect there. Like tear down that Space Mountain and build that one there. It look like I hate to
Hmm.
say that, but that is such an amazing looking building,
Yeah, it is.
and it would fit so nicely next to that Tron building.
Maybe they will eventually. I mean, like they did shut down what was it? Everest for a little bit.
Hmm. That's another
Like
thing too. Like I won't ride it anyways. It doesn't matter to me whether they fix it or not, but it would
right.
be nice to know that it's fixed.
Right. Well, Disco Yeti's not fixed, but
That's what I mean. It'd be nice if they
well,
like I said like whether it's Disco Led Yeti or Rip Your Head Off Yeti, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going on it anyways.
right.
But just the thought of it working would make me happy.
Right. What do you think of Splash Mountain becoming Princess and the Frog? I
I,
don't
I,
think it really clashes there too well, but
yeah, no, I think it's fine. I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the IP attractions as much as as I love the IP stuff. Like
right.
I love Star Wars Land. It's beautiful. I love it. But I also really like Carousel of Progress. I also really like Tiki Room. I also really like Small World.
Yeah, I like all
Um,
those too.
yeah, I like Pirates of the Caribbean. I like Haunted Mansion. These aren't IP items. These are Disney items.
Right.
Figment is great. Orange Bird is probably my favorite character in
You
all
know,
of Walt Disney World, which
you
isn't
know, I
tied to any
found a
movie.
Orange Bird book on Amazon. It's a kid's book, but I found an Orange Bird book, and I was like, Stan would want that.
Oh, I got that. I ordered that as soon as I saw
Oh, nice,
it. Yeah.
nice.
Do I have it around here? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. I don't know. You know what? I don't know where it is. I think it's beside my printer upstairs. And
Yeah.
it comes so tight. Like those little golden books as kids, when you would
Hmm.
get them, you would open them up right away. You didn't care.
Right.
But it's so beautiful. I'm afraid I haven't opened it yet.
Right.
I don't want to crack it open because it won't never be the same.
Right.
Have you
And
opened have you read yours?
no, I have one, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like I don't want to read this. It won't be perfect anymore if I open it.
Right. Yeah, I have a couple of those golden books for Disney, and I have a couple of just like ones that I had since I was a kid.
Okay. My
Hmm.
favorite one was always Monster at the End of This Book.
Oh yeah, that one was really good. I have that one,
Yeah,
but
with
that one's
Grover.
torn to pieces because I've had it since I was a kid.
Well, yeah, that's what you're used to seeing, those little golden books being, crayons written in them, and
Yeah. So I have to get a new one
yeah,
eventually because those gold books are I like them. I like to collect them.
they they bring back a lot of memories for a lot of people, so it's a good thing to collect actually.
Hmm. And then you have a whole collection of Pop Funkos.
The Funko Pops, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta stop buying them. Like I got boxes and boxes of them that aren't opened yet, and they're just like,
Oh wow.
I just get them and I throw them underneath my desk now. Like,
And then you also have the trash cans, right? The little trash cans that Disney has.
that's kind of like the one thing that I still collect is the trash can pepper shakers
Mhm.
that they sell at the festivals. And I mean, you only need one shaker at a time. Like, and I don't use
Right.
salt, so I only have pepper. And I've used one that has pepper in it. The rest of them are all just kind of lined up. But I am
Right.
still missing some of the older ones. Uh,
Oh wow.
yeah, so I every once in a while I check on eBay, but they're so freaking expensive. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah,
I even seen
Me-
some on Amazon and they're expensive too.
I've never seen them on Amazon. I've only seen them on eBay. But yeah,
Maybe it's
there's
the
about
American maybe it's the
3 or 4.
American version of Amazon.
Yeah, but I can only look at Canadian Amazon, so
Maybe that's why.
Amazon.ca. Yeah.
And then Stan also makes his own shirts, which is really cool.
Yeah, I didn't make this one, but yeah, basically this is what they look like, the shirts. So I had an eye operation a few years back, so I was off work for a while, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to find something to do. And I wanted to start a hobby of some sort. I didn't know really to start. And you're familiar with Victor Naraki.
Yes.
So he's a real estate agent in Florida, and he has all these amazing Disney shirts, button up Disney shirts. And he always has these pictures of him standing in front of the castle with his hands up, and he
Mhm.
always like they're like Mickey waffles on them, or fast pass things or whatever he has on them. So I messaged him. I go, Victor, your shirts are amazing. Where do you get them from? I gotta start buying some. So he says, oh, I get them on Etsy, and he gives me the link. It's like $150 a shirt.
Mhm.
like, I'm sorry. And then shipping to Canada and then exchange. So now I'm looking at like $240 for one shirt.
Right.
Oh, is your house on
Ambulance going
fire,
by.
Katie?
No. No, ambulance. No, I live so close to the road.
Oh,
My
okay.
new apartment, I live so close to the road that you can hear like any and then plus the hospital's like a 2-minute walk from where I
Mm.
am.
So
So that's what happened. Sorry,
so
guys.
anyway, so I'm like, well, okay, I'm not buying these shirts. So
Mhm.
then I'm like, well, maybe I could try making a shirt. I've never sewed before. So I just
Right.
went on YouTube and watched videos on how to. We had a sewing machine in the house. My wife showed me how to actually put the thread in and how to load it and
Mhm.
whatnot. And then I watched. I watched YouTube, and it says, well, you get this pattern and you cut it out and you sew it together. And so I just watched different YouTube videos of how to
Mhm.
sew, and from that I made my first shirt. And the shirt came out I was so proud of it. I'm like, this is amazing. Look how great my shirt is. I put it on.
Mhm.
I love this so much. And the buttons came out great. And I even made the pocket so you couldn't see the pocket that I lined
Mhm.
up the material. I look back at that shirt now and I'm like, well, that shirt looks horrible. Like the collar is crooked and it's just it's like
Right.
it look at the time I was so proud of it, but now I look
Right.
back at it and I go, I've improved so much in my shirt making since those days.
Right. Well, your shirts are beautiful and they're like so nice. You would never know that you made them.
Yeah, no, I know. It was funny. Actually, I made a bunch of shirts and I went to the parks, and the cast member said to me, she goes, "That's a really nice shirt." She goes, "Did you make it yourself?" I go, "Yeah. How did you know?" And she goes, "Well, you still have a pin sticking in it." There's a pin sticking in the pocket because you have to pin it before you sew it, right? I forgot to
Right.
take one of the pins out. I went, "Oh my goodness!" I pulled the pin out. I didn't even know I'm wearing it all day long.
I'm surprised security when you went through security they didn't say something.
Yeah, yeah. No kidding.
Especially the metal sector or something.
Well, it's just a pin, I guess. So yeah, so he's like, "Well, can you take care of this for me?" She goes, "Yeah." She threw it out.
That's
Lucky I didn't get poked.
right. Yeah,
How I
his
didn't
shirt
get poked is beyond me,
right.
or at all. Like nothing. No seat belts got caught on it. Like nothing. It was there for. I was probably wearing
Mhm.
it like at 6 hours, but at that point,
Oh, wow. That's
and folded it
crazy.
up and packed it up and took it to this. And unpacked it and put it on and never even noticed it was there.
Oh, wow. Must have not bothered you, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was just the way it was. It was in and out of the fabric that it
Right.
was. It
And
was
then
fine.
how's your Legos going? Because I know you like to create Legos or make Lego characters or whatever.
Yeah, so Lego is amazing. I like Lego a lot, but if you want to get like how everybody what 1,000 piece Lego set or a
Mhm.
2,000 piece Lego set, first of all, you're looking at $150, and then you're looking at something that's going to fill up your entire coffee table. Like you know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's going to be big. So
Mhm.
what I actually get is this one here. So this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
size. This is the size of the bricks of the ones that I like to make.
Wow.
So that's a 1 by 2.
Mhm. That's
So
crazy.
so if you compare it to like a Lego figure, like
Mhm.
it's actually smaller than the foot of a
Right.
regular Lego figure. Like it's a tiny. These are
Mhm.
really tiny. So this is what I use. This is what I like to make. Are these micro bricks?
Mhm.
They're called. They're diamond bricks, and
Mhm.
and you can get like a 3,000 piece, and they're very detailed because they're so tiny. Let's see if I can.
Right.
Uh, let's
Don't
see.
break your Lego.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so you end up with
That's really cool.
yeah, and sorry about the reflection, but it's very detailed and
Mhm.
doesn't take up your entire, if you make this out of Lego, this thing would be
Huge.
life size.
Right. Is it still Lego that you use, or is it a
No,
different
it's not. It's
company?
not Lego. It's a different. It's they're called micro bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you go on Amazon and search micro brick,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
and
really cool.
they're I mean, for considering how many pieces there are, they're a lot less expensive
Right.
than a Lego
Yeah,
set.
it's always cool when you post saying, "I'm making one." It's always
Yeah,
cool when I see that you're posting one.
and here's
Oh, wow. Little
so
space guy.
this one actually came with the glass thing. Yes, it's a little ah.
Don't break them.
Don't break them. Yes,
Are
this
they
one actually like
glued? Oh, that's really
no,
cool.
no, they're not glued at all. You can glue them, of course, but I should probably glue this bottom on this one because yeah, the bottom does not want to.
Yeah, don't break him because I would hate to see that happen.
Well, I still have the instructions and lots of time in my hand, so
I would hate to see it break.
here we are.
Yeah, once I get a shelf in here, I'm gonna start putting all my collectibles on there again.
Yeah. What else? What else do we have here? Oh yeah.
And then didn't you make a Kermit one time or something? Didn't
Yeah.
you make
So
Kermit?
so this. Oh, which one is? Yeah, this Kermit here. I made this Kermit here,
Yeah. That's
and then you can't really see because Grogu's in the way, but there's 3 more underneath there, and then this one here is like a Cookie Monster style Muppet made with Sully fur.
uh-huh.
from Monsters Inc. So it's a Monsters Inc. Cookie Monster that I usually
That's
I made that one.
that's really
But my
cool.
favorite one that I made is this one,
Right. That
which is
Kermit.
Robin as Bob as Cratchit from as Tiny
Mhm.
Tim. Robin as Tiny
Yes.
Tim from
Mhm.
Muppet Christmas Carol. Yeah,
That's really cool. Did
yeah.
you
So that
like when Disney released the Muppet Haunted Mansion? Did you like that?
that was so good. Yeah, they did such a great job with that
Mhm.
show. And you're always nervous when Disney puts out a new Muppet anything
Mhm.
because it's either going to be amazing or okay. And when it's
Right.
okay, everybody hates on it.
Right.
Same thing with Star Wars. When Star Wars is okay, people hate on it. Just enjoy it. Shut up,
Right.
enjoy it.
Right.
That's how I feel. Yeah, like
That's what
Muppets.
Stan feels about that one.
Yeah, like like
Mhm.
like Muppets. Uh, Most Wanted. It was a good
Mhm.
show, but people hate on it. Don't
Right.
just enjoy it. What do you
That's
think?
actually one I have not seen. I have to go on Disney Plus and watch it.
Yeah, let me know what you think of it.
That's one I
But
have not seen.
yeah, but anyway, yeah. So Haunted Mansion was amazing. That I loved every second of every frame of that show.
Right. I thought it was really cool how they recreated the Haunted Mansion and everything too.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a mixture of all the mansions of all the different parks. Plus, it was its own thing as well. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
really based on the California one or the Florida one or the Paris one. It was kind of like a mixture of all the
Right.
different mansions, and
Right.
and it they did such a phenomenal job in that, like
They did.
all the way.
I
Yeah.
agree. So which Disney park would you want to visit the most?
Oh,
Do you have one?
hands down, Tokyo and Tokyo Sea.
Yes. I would
Yeah.
I would love to go visit there because it seems really cool. And from our friend Jake from Jake's Journeys, his videos are so cool from there. Seeing it,
Mm, hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he went to
exactly.
Shanghai.
Okay, yeah, Shanghai is on my list too. If it wasn't like I did have plans, like I had an annual pass for Disney World, and I kept going to Disney World like 2, 3 times a year.
Mhm.
I was trying to get as many uses out of my annual pass each time, and I really, really wanted to go to Tokyo Disneyland.
Mhm.
So I'm like, if I keep going to Disney World 2, 3 times a year, I'm never going to go to Tokyo Disneyland.
Right.
It's just not going to work out. So I'm like, I'm not renewing my annual pass. I'm gonna let my annual pass lapse. I'm gonna take a year off. I'm not going to travel,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to save up and I'm going to go to Tokyo, which was a great plan.
Mhm.
Only problem was COVID came along,
Right.
and COVID said, "Stan, you're not going anywhere."
Right.
so so that put an end to that.
Well, at least
Uh,
you guys aren't on lockdown anymore, and you can come visit your favorite parks and stuff.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, so and again, so instead of me saving up to go to Tokyo, here I am going, to Disney World in August and Disneyland in September. So I guess I just didn't learn my lesson. But
Right.
you can't go to Japan yet, and if you
Right.
can go, getting park passes there are nearly impossible.
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
like a lottery system to get park passes.
Right. What are you looking most forward to these 2 trips that you're gonna take? What are you looking most forward to?
Just well, for the most part, hanging out with friends. There isn't any
Right.
certain attraction I'm looking forward to. I would like to go to Steakhouse 71. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, I like meeting Dan and Jason and Beatrice and everyone else that's going to be coming out to the parks or to the Disney Springs area.
Mhm.
That's going to be my favorite part for sure. I know that already. I
Right.
haven't ridden Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad yet. I haven't ridden Ratatouille yet.
Right.
So those are going to be on my. I haven't seen Harmonious,
I haven't either. I wanna
yeah,
go see it. It looks really beautiful.
and what's the new Magic Kingdom nighttime spectacular? I
Enchantment?
can't. Yeah, I haven't seen Enchantment yet. So
I haven't
those are
either.
or the kite one at Animal Kingdom.
Kite Tails?
Kite Tails. I haven't even watched a YouTube video of that yet.
Yeah, did you see the one that the kite kinda blew over to the stands?
I heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
And people
I
were saying kite fail or something?
Kite fail. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about it, but I haven't watched any YouTube videos at all of
I
Kite
haven't
Tail.
either for Kite Tail, I haven't either, but I wish they would bring back the Jungle Book show to Animal Kingdom.
The Jungle
I
Book
like that
show.
show. They had a Jungle Book show at point
Okay.
at Animal Kingdom.
I really was not a fan of
The
what
River
was it?
Light.
Yeah, yeah, I was not a fan of that at all.
I wasn't either. It wasn't
It,
really either, but I mean, like I would watch it just because it was something to do, but I didn't really enjoy it either.
I went to it like I don't know 3-4 times just trying to see what other people see in it because people are saying, "Oh, it's just so beautiful and it's so
Right.
magical and it's so." Like, oh, man, this is boring as heck when you're checking your Facebook.
Right.
It's like,
Right. No, I
yeah.
wish they would bring back the electrical light parade in Disney World.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't bring it back to Disney World for this year for the 50th
Mhm.
and instead went to Disneyland. It,
Me
it, it
too.
just seems odd to me that they chose that.
Right. Wasn't it originally at Disneyland and then they brought it to Orlando for a little while and then they took it out. I don't
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah. So I have seen it. I've seen it a couple once or twice in Florida, and my last time at Disneyland, it was there. I saw it in Disneyland
Mhm.
the last time I was there.
Right.
So I hope yeah, it should still be there when I go this year.
Just like when I was a kid, I remember Disney World had Toonland like they do in
Hmm.
Disneyland. I wish
Hmm.
they would bring it back.
You know what's the funny thing is so I didn't go to Disney World until I was older.
Mhm.
Like my daughter was already 16 on our first trip with her, and or 15, I guess. So we went uh, 4 days, 4 parks.
Mhm.
And our Magic Kingdom day, we didn't enter Fantasyland at all.
Oh wow.
We were like first in line, last one out. The
Mhm.
entire day, all day, we were at the park, and we never even went to Fantasyland. I didn't see the carousel. I didn't see anything. And then
Mhm.
we went again the following year, and it's like, okay, well, this when we go back, we're going to Fantasyland. Like that's going to be like we didn't ride Small World. We didn't. I didn't even see Dumbo.
Right.
My first trip. So, but I guess Mickey's village. What was it called? Toontown.
Yeah, Toontown.
Yeah. So that was the year they closed it, so they could tear it down, so they could build new Fantasyland. So I
Mhm.
never got a chance to see it. Like
Oh
it
wow.
was there my first trip, but we never saw it. And then the
Right.
next year, it was already closed.
Yeah, because
New
they put in
Fantasyland.
Bell's Castle and stuff over there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which is a good fit for it and everything. You know,
Yeah,
be our guest restaurant. It's a good fit.
yeah. And
You
same thing
know,
happened at Animal Kingdom. Our first trip, we never went to Camp Mickey
right,
because we were like, well, it's kind of a kiddie thing. It's just take your picture with Mickey Mouse. We didn't want to do that, so we didn't do it. And then I guess I never did it a couple of times. Next, they closed it because they were building Avatar. So
right.
I never did get to see the
Camp
Camp
Mickey was
Mickey.
pretty cool. I liked it. It was
Hmm.
fun to see.
Yeah,
You
I like
know,
the like the Toontown area in Disneyland. Well, that's now closed because they're refurbishing that and they're putting Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railroad in and all that in Disneyland.
hmm
Uh, so I did get a chance to kind of see that area before the transformation, which is I'm glad I did.
right. Do you think they're gonna have? Do you think it's gonna be the same or different?
Well, it's going to be a different facade, but it's supposed to be the same inside.
Right.
For you're
Gotcha.
talking about the attraction itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be
Because
interesting to see what they do with that area.
I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like. I think it's gonna be different. I've never been to Disneyland, but I really want to go someday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like same thing. Like they used to have the Bugs Life Land,
Hmm.
Bugs Land at Disney at California Adventure, and they tore that down to build the Marvel area,
Right.
which I'm glad I got a chance to see the Bugs Land before it got torn apart and
Right.
switched
I
to the.
I really want to go see the Pixie Hollow Land. You know where you could meet Tinkerbell at Disneyland, but I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if
I don't think I've been there.
I don't think
Is that
I
still
don't know if
there?
they still have it or not. But
Yeah.
it was like you were like a fairy, and kind of like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids,
Hmm.
where that was where the playground was. Now it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
restaurant,
yeah.
but well that restaurant's always been there, but they tore it down.
I think it isn't
Um,
it. Is that where the meetup is for Mickey and Minnie now
yes.
at
Mhm.
Hollywood Studios? Yeah.
And so they have it kind of like that, but you're fairy side and you can go meet Tinkerbell.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't know if
That's
they
cool.
still have it. I'd have to ask Holly because she would know more than I
Yeah,
would.
Hollywood. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
I hope
mean,
you
meeting Tinkerbell isn't high on my list. of things to do.
Right.
I'm just not the
All right.
yeah.
No, I want to meet her though.
Yeah.
I met her once
Hmm.
when I went to Disney World.
I waved to her in the parade, and that was enough.
I saw her in Magic Kingdom. You know where the Mickey that talks? She's in
Yeah.
that building.
Okay.
Well, Mickey doesn't talk anymore though, but it's in that building.
Yeah.
Right when
You
you
hear
go on.
that they got rid of the photo pass people, and they got the automatic cameras again now for
Yeah.
that meet and greet?
Yes.
Just give up on that, Disney. People want a person taking your picture, not the box.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I get it. They're saving cast member wages, but I don't know.
I
It's just
get
not
it.
the same.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with Stan Solo, and like I said, I will link his everything in the description below. Stan, I hope you had a great time.
Yeah, I got some more popcorn here on popping the popcorn. That's my favorite thing about coming on your shows. I get to have popcorn when I come on your show.
Yeah. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and this will be uploaded here soon. So have a great day, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Katie. Thanks.
Bye.
Have a
You're
great day. Bye-bye.
welcome.